good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Man, I got some Piers Morgan shut down the GOP candidate after a brutal Sophia rain and assault on live. Now, I think this is a guy who's running for mayor in Florida, and he got a hit. A nigga got a hit out for Sophia Rain. And she's an OnlyFans star. She's I think one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid, OnlyFans girl. Yup. So he don't like it, he don't fuck with it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my OnlyFans chicks, I love my hoes, I love my strippers, I love my sex workers. I love y'all. Love my whores, love my bitches. Love them all. Now when I bring you home to mama, I surely will not. I will not. And let me tell you why. I'm tell you why. I'm tell you why. People always ask, like, hey, why men say they don't want hoes and sluts, but they gonna fuck one. They gonna fuck one, right? Yeah. Now, question. You have a good girl at home, why would you do it? Hold that thought. Hold up. Now, think about it this way. Burgers are good, right? Fire. Fried wings. Fire. Seafood boil. Fire. Ribs. Hey, nigga, fire. Great. A salad. It's good, but fruit. It's good. Cucumbers, vegetables. It's good. You know what we need? We know what we need, though? We need them vegetables and fruit. We need them. So, you eat that just about every day to stay healthy, right? Because we need the healthiness. But you cheat once in a while with a burger, pizza, tacos, because it tastes good. But you can't eat it every day. You can't do it every day, because what will fuck you up long term? That's how it is with the hoes. I got a good girl at home. I know for a fact I eat a salad. She's my salad. I know for a fact that she's healthy. She's my vegetables. She's my greens, bro. She's good for me. My nigga slipped up and I cheated on my diet, man. I got a burger. I had one. It was a good burger, though. I'm not saying cheating is okay, but that's the concept. So it's not like, oh, you left her because you like her better than me. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's just I just wanted a burger. I mean, everybody different. Everybody did.
We're going to use this as a resource to...
Oops. My bad, y'all. Gotta change settings. Sorry. My shit's slow.
Fund the empowerment of young women who have signed up to do something dignified, with all due respect, unlike you, and be a public school teacher, educating, inspiring, and motivating
you know what, James?
the next generation.
You know what? Here's what I would say.
Hey, Piers Morgan, funny. He was like, he probably got the voice part of that laugh. He like, bro, you know what? Bro, he didn't have to say that.
I've got to end this debate.
He didn't have to say, unlike you. He didn't have to say that.
Here's what I would say. I've listened to both of you, and you've both made good points. But honestly, that last statement you made was so pompous and patronising. Honestly, who are you to be the great moral arbiter of what young women do with themselves legally in the United States? Who are you to say if you become governor, you're going to take half her money?
When politicians use taxation to enforce morality, personal freedom becomes a political battleground. On Piers Morgan Uncensored, Piers Morgan brings Florida Republican candidate James Fishback face-to-face with OnlyFans creator Sophie Rain over his proposed 50% sin tax. Their clash reaches beyond one platform.
Over 50% sin tax. You know what's crazy? No matter what Piers Morgan says, even if he right, no matter what the nigga say, it don't matter, because a lot of people want OnlyFans out. A lot of people who are in politics, who actually be voting and paying attention, they don't want to do it with OnlyFans. The people who support OnlyFans don't be in politics. They don't do government shit. Majority of them don't. They can't be in that field. So they don't really care about it. So if he wins, he can really get that sin tax into office. He can really do that shit. That's why it's so big. Because if anybody else say it and it's really not a threat, this wouldn't even be a podcast. He wouldn't even have this episode. It's not a threat. But it must be a threat because he's having this discussion. It's a threat.
Exposing a deeper fight over whether government should punish legal choices, who defines exploitation, and how far political power should reach into private lives. As the discussion unfolds, the exchanges become increasingly heated. Let's get into it.
Let's get to the sin tax. You've proposed a 50% sin tax on OnlyFans creators to discourage what you call immoral behaviour. So just explain that.
Well, there was a time not too long ago in the United States of America where young girls aspired to be cooks and lawyers and reporters and doctors, and nowadays they are resigned to the fact that if they have an unexpected expense or they need to cover their rent or groceries, the quickest way for them to do that is being exploited by the OnlyFans platform. And so I respect women. I respect them enough to think that they are capable of anything they put their minds to, and I never want a woman in my state to be exploited by the online sex slavery that is OnlyFans.
But
And that's why, as governor,
I thought it was a voluntary platform.
It's not. There's nothing voluntary about a platform that exploits women and forces them to sell nude photos on the internet.
When you say
this is a
force,
classic
again,
case.
just to be clear about what OnlyFans is, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding about OnlyFans is it's voluntary. No one's forcing you to do it. People go on OnlyFans, create an account, and they charge money for whatever they want to put on their account. I'm not sure where the exploitation element, as you're articulating it, is.
Well, this is often the defense of sex trafficking, that a 15-year-old girl is voluntarily
hang on. Sex
entering.
trafficking is illegal.
And I believe that OnlyFans should be illegal as well.
Really?
There's nothing
Why? What law are they breaking?
Well, there's nothing. Well, I would change the law. I would change the law. That's how we do things. I mean, slavery.
Yeah. I mean, he's right. Like, he's right. Like, sex working, like, sex trafficking is illegal. And with sex trafficking is a thing. And Piers Morgan's like, well, that's illegal, which I knew he was gonna pull that bullshit. It's illegal. Okay, you have to make it illegal. Like, same way he about to mention slavery, how slavery was legal at first. It's wrong. So somebody got in the office and was like, hey, this is wrong. Make it illegal. Same thing with prostitution. It's illegal because it's wrong. And prostitution is literally the same thing as it's literally the same thing as OnlyFans. The girl is willing to do it. It's voluntary. You get money from it. It's sex work. Same damn thing. Different. Same building, different rooms.
Slavery wasn't illegal, and then we said this is a moral repugnancy.
But who's enslaving people on OnlyFans?
And we changed the law.
I'm really curious. Maybe you've consumed a lot more OnlyFans content than me, and you see
I've never
trafficking
been on
and
OnlyFans,
slavery and everything
Piers.
else. But I'm not aware that is what OnlyFans is. It has a lot of adult content, but legal adult content, which is monitored according to the law, and that people who have accounts there do so.
The law is not always right.
Voluntarily.
The law is not always right morally.
They open accounts and they charge money. We have somebody I'm going to bring in a moment, Sophie Rain, who has made $43 million from her account on OnlyFans. I don't think she's been enslaved or exploited. I think she's perfectly happy and enjoys what she does. I mean, I'll talk to her in a moment, but why do you feel she's a slave?
So I feel that this is a classic case of Stockholm Syndrome, where the individual, the victim, the enslaved person doesn't feel that they have real agency. This goes back to Sociology 101, Piers, that someone is induced to believing they have choice, they have agency, when in fact they can't make a decision for themselves. I want young girls in my state to aspire to be astronauts, doctors, nurses, small business owners. I believe a radical thing that women can do anything they put their minds to, Piers, and I don't want them resigned
to the fact
just to be
clear, do you think modelling is modelling to you immoral?
I think naked modeling, however you want to euphemize it, naked modeling is immoral.
I mean,
absolutely.
Cindy Crawford was one of the greatest iconic supermodels of all time. She's done naked modeling. So is she a sinner? Is she immoral? Should she be paying 50% back of her income?
Well, in that particular act of modeling, yes, and modeling nude, but you and I both know that Cindy Crawford was not known for her nude modeling. She was predominantly known for modeling for runway shows.
So should we
in London,
retrospectively
Paris,
go
and New
back
York.
to every supermodel who's ever...
So it's crazy how Piers Morgan want to cut him off when he was saying what he was saying was correct, because Piers Morgan tried to back him in a corner. That what he's trying to do, and he's not letting Piers Morgan put him in a corner. Yeah, Piers Morgan, yeah, because this is shit about Piers Morgan I don't like. He's sucking Sophia Rain's clit. That what he doing? He licking that bitch's clit. And my bad, Sophia calling you a bitch. You're not a bitch. But My fault. But anyways, he licking her clit. Yeah, my bad, Sophie. You not one. My fault. My fault. Can I call you Sophie? Can I call you Sophie? Sophia Rain? My fault. But yeah, he licking your clit, and he put a nigga in the corner. Like, oh well, this model did naked. Is she known for naked modeling? Is she known for that? No. But the act she did, yeah, that's a bad act, bad moral act. But she's not known for it. But yes, that particular act, yes, immoral, yes.
Nude and get 50% back of their income from those pictures.
As much as I'd love to do that, that's not legally possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise an OnlyFans syntax.
Why do you have a problem with women's naked bodies, James?
By the way, Piers, you keep talking about women. There are thousands of men on OnlyFans, and this is going to apply just as equally to them. And so you're the one selectively outraged about women.
That's a very good point.
Or a woman,
it's a very good point.
Yeah, he's salty. Piers Morgan salty, like, bro, nigga, you sucking her clit. You on her clit. Like, nigga, there's a lot of people on OnlyFans, man, women, dogs. Everybody get the tax around the motherfucker. Give me half, bitch.
Or a woman producing or consuming this content. And by the way, Piers, what you haven't brought up is that as governor, I would also levy a consumption tax. I'm not going to spare the men in this equation as well. If you're a young man and you're watching pornography, put down the phone, go to church, pray, and find a real God-fearing woman. Society is not going to be dictated by men and women commodifying and using one another in these ephemeral social relationships. No, it's not transactional sex. It is a romantic experience that is reserved for a man and a woman in the sanctity of marriage.
Okay, well, look, why don't we just bring in Sophie Rain? Just hang on there, James.
Hey, you see how Piers Morgan got quiet? You see how he shut the fuck up? You see how when you mentioned there's men, he said there's men on there too. Yeah, nigga, there are men on there too. They're getting taxed too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. There are men on there. Well, let's bring Sophia Rain in. Yeah. At first, you had all the heat and all the questions. He had everything. He had the heat, the questions. He was ready. As soon as he's mentioned, like, bro, you keep bringing up women, nigga. There's men on there too. They're getting taxed too. Piers Morgan switched his whole attitude. Oh, okay. Well, he's all creeping down. Yeah, bitch.
So it could be quite interesting to have you guys talk to each other. So, Sophie, welcome to Uncensored.
Yeah, I am calling him one because that is a bitch move. It's a bitch move.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You have 4.5 million. Well, there are 4.5 million OnlyFans creators. You are, I think, the highest earner. It's claimed that you've made $43 million. You've got 8.5 million Instagram followers, 14 million on TikTok. So you're a massive social media phenomenon. For those who are not familiar with your work, how would you describe it?
Well, I post on many platforms. I post content on Instagram. I post content on TikTok and all the above. And I also post content on OnlyFans. And honestly, I do a little bit of everything. I do little dancing TikTok videos. I'll post Instagram photos. And then obviously my OnlyFans content.
And would you describe it as pornographic, or what would you describe it as?
I mean, I wouldn't describe it as pornographic, but it's definitely adult content for sure.
So what is that pornographic? If you're naked, doing sexual acts or posing sexually, and only adults can see it, that's pornographic.
So what do you feel about James Fishback and his plan to tax you 50% as a sin tax for being a sinner?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. Florida already has no income state tax. It doesn't exist. So it seems very selective, and it seems like it's a punishment.
There. James, are you there, James? Yeah, you are. I mean, Sophie says that that she feels like this is a punishment. Why are you punishing her?
Well, hey, Sophie, good to meet you. It's not a punishment at all. What it is a deterrent. I think Sophie recognizes that our state was better off when young women aspired to be teachers, small business owners, doctors, and lawyers, as opposed to creating adult content. I can respect Sophie Rain as an individual and still respectfully call out that I don't want thousands of young women who are in high school today to feel like the only way they can make a living when they graduate is selling adult content, video, photos of themselves on the internet. And so, Sophie, look, with all due respect, I know you're from Florida. I'm from Florida. We both love our state. I want what's best for you, and I want what's best for every single woman in our state, and that's not to be objective objectified and exploited by the OnlyFans owners.
Sophie, what's your response to that?
I feel like as adults, we are all able to legally make our own decisions. And I think that we should also educate a lot more on all of these opportunities that you're speaking of, because I just don't think that we should be singling out any individual for what they choose to do.
James?
Well, I want to single out drug dealers, Sophie. I want to single out people who are committing crimes in our society. And so as governor, my responsibility is very simple. I want to make sure that there is a path. I'm not going to be one of those Republicans
who's
going
committing
to
any
attack
crime.
women.
And it seems to me that your initial assertions before we spoke to Sophie, that she was, that people like...
I mean, he could just ask, like, okay, cool. Hey, with what you're doing, name me some 3 positive things that you're doing, like with OnlyFans. Like, what is 3 positive things your OnlyFans bringing to this community and world? Positivity besides money. That's not positive. Besides financial help and money, what positivity does it bring? Showing your naked self to young people, even though it say 18 plus, but your post is everywhere on Instagram, which is not 18 and plus. You damn near have naked on there doing sexual acts and poses. So what positivity does this bring young women? I'll wait. All right. See? No positivity.
Like her on OnlyFans are enslaved, they're being exploited. And then you do an analogy just now to drugs and whatever, which are illegal, obviously. Nothing she's doing is illegal. It seems to be entirely of her own free will. She's very happy doing it. She's very popular doing it. Under the First Amendment...
Well, have you asked her that, Piers? Have you asked her if she's happy?
Under the First Amendment of the US Constitution, what business is it of yours to stick your oar in and want 50% of her cash?
No. Piers, did you ask her if she was happy? Because she posted a video 2 weeks ago on International Women's Day where she was interviewing her former self, who looked to be disappointed, who aspired to be, quite literally, in Sophie Rain's own words, an astronaut. Sophie, you are smart. I know you. I know your family. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. And so when you're doing this little cute Spider-Man dance online and you're creating this adult content, know that that person that you used to be still wants something more out of you. And I, as the governor of the state, want every single woman in Florida to achieve their maximum potential.
Sophie?
I mean, I think just realistically speaking, I'm very happy with where I am.
It's the money. She's not happy. It's the money. She ain't happy. There's no way you're happy. You can't be. You're happy how much money you're making. But, like, you're on there complaining what people say about you. You're like, you're talking about it. You're like, oh, this don't bother me. Like, it's like you're going public. Oh, this don't bother me. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, say what you want. Or I'm happy. I don't think you're happy. Maybe at first it's cool, but after that, I don't really see happiness.
I mean, I promise I would have never got to where I am without the platform. Like, I've built businesses outside of this. I am constantly chasing new dreams and everything. Like, I'm very happy with where I am.
Yeah, Sophie, you come from a devout Christian family, I understand. You grew up, by your own admission, pretty poor. The family didn't have much money, relied on food stamps as a child. You were working as a waitress. You then went on OnlyFans. You said you got fired from your restaurant job and your boss discovered the account and so on. And now, obviously, you've become incredibly successful and rich doing this. What do your family make of your transition into this world?
She became rich. That's not successful. You became rich. That's not being successful. In the successful's opinion, you became rich. That's it.
Actually very supportive of me. Definitely at first they didn't really understand it and they were cautious of it, but I sat them down and I talked them through everything. I'm being safe. I'm doing everything legal. Like, I'm good, and they're very supportive of where I am.
Are you genuinely happy?
I am. I would have never. I own my own house. Who at 21 can say that? Like, this has gave me so much autonomy over my life, and I'm just so grateful for the platform.
The whole thing will be financial. It will be, oh, you got me. I got money. got money? Who say who can own a house at 21? Who can say that? Who can own big cars at 21? Who can say that? Who said they did this at 21 with money? Who can say that? A lot of people can. You're faking happiness, but okay, you got it, big dog.
Because I wouldn't have been here, especially in today's economy.
Right, I mean, James Fishback, I'm thinking like of, say, the Kardashians, people like that, right? They're always stripping off and they're making millions, billions, actually, as a family, from their bodies predominantly. They don't have any other discernible real talent. It's just stripping off and being, in the media. And it's been very successful. Does your sin tax apply to them?
The sin tax applies to adult content on the internet, whether it's OnlyFans or any other platform. Piers, let me just ask Sophie a question. Sophie, if the number of women doing OnlyFans tripled in Florida tomorrow, would that be a good or a bad thing?
I think honestly, it would be a great thing. A lot of women are trying to find different ways to make more income in a, heavily damaged economy. So I think that there should be those opportunities out there for these women to make an income.
Do you hear, Sophie? Let me ask Sophie
but
a follow-up
Sophie and
on
I
that.
both agree.
Yeah,
We both agree that the economy is badly damaged. I proudly voted for President Trump, Piers, in 2024. And I have to tell you that I am not proud of the work that he has done. We are not living in a golden age whatsoever. People in my state are struggling under the weight of this affordability crisis. And Sophie Rain and I see eye to eye that this economy is hurting a lot of people. I think that where we disagree is that the economy hurts people. And Sophie Rain wants to say, let's get them to join OnlyFans. And what I say is, let's get new job training, especially for women. Let's create new pathways, new opportunities at our public universities, career technical school. Let's create a statewide internship program for...
Oh, yeah, she's nervous. Yeah, she's nervous. She's really nervous and shaky about this. You can tell how her composure is. You can tell how her composure is. She's so stiff and like shaking, like she's like, and she's looking around, and it's bothering her. He's seeing her like a daughter right now. She's 21. She's young. He's way older. So I feel like he's seeing her like a daughter. He's being overprotective in a way, but he's not lying. He's saying, so you're telling me if Florida, if the number of OnlyFans models triple, it'd be good? Yeah, I think they make more money. Blah blah blah. He said, oh, okay. No, we need to train. We need more doctors. We need more lawyers. We need more nurses. We need stuff that actually help the world, and not just people getting naked. Not only thing you can do is get naked and look good. That's not helping nothing, because that's not helping. You're making people get jack off, okay, cool. But then if it triple, what if you run out of nurses? If you're running out of doctors, if you're running low on people. That's why we're running low on let's say we run low on staff. Now they're longer waits. Longer time getting to the hospital. We can't get a doctor visit until like 4 months from now, 8 months, 10 months from now. There's not enough doctors. So it's like, I see where he's coming from.
Anyone under the age of 25 to get a great paying job that will teach them new skills in the 21st century. So Sophie, you and I see eye to eye. Where we, I think, disagree is the solution. When you say that tripling the number of OnlyFans creators is a good thing, that speaks to the damage of the economy. What I want to do is create a real economy that allows people like those women to do something dignified.
Or you're missing, yeah, but James, I mean, you keep talking for Sophie, I've noticed, right? I think you should let her speak for herself, not least because she's worth $43 million. But
she's not worth $43 million speaking for herself. She's worth $43 million for being naked. That's not using your mental. That's not, you're a good public speaker. You're using your brain. You're intelligent. No, it's, you work out, you have a nice body, you're naked. You can fuck. Again, like Piers Morgan don't really know what he's talking about. He's just talking.
But the point I would make is, what about, the argument that women are empowered to make their own decisions about their own bodies, their own choices, their own careers?
So let me ask you a question, Piers. If a woman is empowered to make their own decision about their own body, and a woman struggles to pay the rent, do we then encourage that woman to sell one of her kidneys to pay the rent and say it was her own decision? No,
well, she's not selling her kidney.
Women.
She's not selling her kidney.
Hold on. But where do you draw the line, Piers? She is imperiling her future as a mom, as a worker. You just heard Sophie say
How is she
was
imperiling
fired
her
from
future
her
as a
job.
mother? I don't get that.
Piers,
How does she imperil her future as a mother?
Well, let me tell you how. You just heard Sophie tell you that she was fired from her job when her boss found out her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
She was fired from her job.
Yeah.
And now, what is, with all due respect to Sophie, what are you going to tell your daughter in 10 or 15 years when all of these images are all over the internet and your daughter is being bullied in middle school and was told that you guys were Christians? With all due respect, what do you say then? It creates a real weight, a real tension between a mom and her children, and of course, a worker and her employer. I don't want to encourage women to go on OnlyFans and then get fired from their job and then have a real fight at home about what mommy did on the internet last week.
Okay, Sophie?
I mean, I'm only 21. I haven't even thought about having kids yet. But also, I think that the main discussion here is sin tax. And like in the state of Florida, there's already no income tax. So, and that's also one of the main identities of Florida, is that it is a no income state tax. And I think the main issue here is you're attacking women already on the site making money.
I'm attacking men as well.
Exactly. There's multiple people on the site, and not everyone does adult content. OnlyFans is a massive platform, and you can do anything on there. Not everything is adult content based.
Well, I think to be fair to him, Sophie, he's not saying that everyone on OnlyFans should get the sin tax. He's just saying the people that he considers to be sinful should get a tax, and you're one of them. He thinks you're a sinner.
No, he's saying people who are doing sexual acts and adult content should be taxed.
What do you say to that?
Well, sin tax is, he's proposing that is going to attack everyone on the OnlyFans site. So does that include all of, the cooks on there that are just selling their recipes?
No, it doesn't, Sophie. No, it doesn't.
So how do
Sophie,
you
please
single
don't
out?
be disingenuous.
How do you work out
single
who's
it
a
out
sinner
very
and who's
simply.
not, James? Are you going to be launching a sin purge? How are you going to do this?
Well, we're going to put you in charge of it, Piers. And so
I
the way you do it is...
I have a very broad mind, James. I think if people are obeying the law, they can do what they like with their own lives. What's it got to do with you?
You know what? So what do you say then? Because prior to slavery being illegal, they were obeying their law. They owned 100 black people. Does that make it okay? Of course not. Let me get to the very specific point that I think Sophie made in good faith.
Why do you think she's a slave? You have, of all the arguments you've used,
that's called an analogy.
Why appears Morgan dodging? Why do he keep dodging? Every time he trying to put, I don't know who that nigga is, but if he's trying to put the governor into a corner and the governor get out the corner easily, Piers Morgan get mad and try to change the subject and overtalk him. I'll be at Piers Morgan's throat. I'll be like, bro, why do you keep trying to change the subject? But let me finish. Let me finish. I'm not gonna answer anything else. Let me finish. Like, Jesus Christ.
Some of the points you've made have validity. But this idea that somehow Sophie is some sort of slave, I'm just not buying that.
Look, Sophie may not be a slave. She hasn't made $43 million. Don't lowball her. She's made over $100 million. When I talk to young women in our state...
Is that right, Sophie?
That is correct, yes.
You've made over $100 million.
In a span of 2 years, yes.
Sophie, if you want to be my running mate and be the lieutenant governor of Florida, it'll cost you $10 million. You'd be happy to do it. I'd be honored to have you.
Sophie?
No, I don't think so.
You just got to quit
out of interest, Sophie. I have to say, I mean this with no disrespect, but I'm not aware. I haven't viewed your work. What is it that makes you so popular?
I think that I'm just very transparent with my audience. I'm never over here encouraging people to try and join the site. I'm very clear on the pros and cons of it also, but I'm just very transparent.
So then hold on, what are the cons? Then what are the cons? What is a con? Let's be transparent. What is a con of joining OnlyFans?
I mean, exactly like you said, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that OnlyFans is a great site. Some of the points you are making are correct, like, it's damaging to the future. And I want people to understand and educate themselves, but women still should be able to make that decision for themselves at the end of the day. And they shouldn't have to worry about
I'm raising a tax to disincentivize and deter it. I'm not banning it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That is what he's doing. Sophie, if you had a daughter, would you want her to do what you're doing?
I mean, I would let her decide. It's up to her decision.
But you think
she don't want her to. That's why she didn't say yeah. She don't want her to. Sophie don't. She's not happy. She's not happy. You can tell she's not. Money only make it look good, but it happens with just about all the porn stars, bro. Riley Reid just did it. She want everything deleted. Kill them. Some of the Kardashians are doing it. They want their past deleted, bro. No. You got the money and shit, right? It's fun, right? Yes, you get the bad with the good. Just as much good you get, as much bad you gonna get.
The mother, you would want that?
I think that I would be supportive of it no matter what. Yes.
Sophie, would you be supportive of your son selling crack cocaine?
No, that is illegal.
Right.
Okay, so why, what is this difference between legal and illegal? Why can't we just say it's moral or immoral?
Because
there are
one's legal and
societies
one's
where...
Because then where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? A lot of people have different opinions.
In Afghanistan, you can marry an...
That's why that's why he used slavery as an example. They say, well, no, it's legal. Okay, nigga, was slavery? Slavery was legal? Was it okay? No, it was immorally wrong. Just because it's legal, it doesn't mean the law is always morally right. That's why we constantly changing the law all the time. But they're both. Well, yeah, he won this one. Whoever this dude is, he won.
8-year-old. It is quite literally legal in Afghanistan to marry an 8-year-old. And so does that make it right, Sophie?
We don't live in Afghanistan.
Right. What are you
Sophie,
talking about?
It's an analogy. It's an analogy. It's an analogy.
But the
It's a
analogy,
ridiculous
it doesn't make
analogy.
sense in
You're
this
choosing a
term.
country
In
with
this
totally
situation,
different
it doesn't
laws.
make sense.
In the United States of America, Sophie Rain,
prior to slavery being
obeys the same
illegal,
laws that you do, James.
No, Piers. Prior to slavery being illegal, would you have opposed slavery because it was legal? It was legal, Piers. It's okay if it's legal, right?
Sophie?
Says Piers, nigga.
Oh, you're asking me? I mean, I didn't live back then. I'm just here to talk about what we are here to talk about, which is
It's an analogy.
syntax, and
Of
it's a
course you didn't
selective.
live back then, Sophie. Of course you didn't. This is my issue. I'm here to have a good faith conversation with a former Florida resident, a current Florida resident. And my point to Sophie is this, is if you want to keep doing this.
He's frustrated, but they both know exactly what the fuck he's talking about. They both being ignorant.
Then we're going to take 50% of what you earn and we're going to use it to raise public school teacher pay. Our public school teachers are not getting paid enough. We're going to use this as a resource to fund the empowerment of young women who have signed up to do something dignified.
Hey, hold up. I can agree. Cool. You be on the tax. Hey, public teachers do need more money. Teachers need more pay. We do need more teachers. We need pay. We need it. So we'll take that money and we're gonna give it to them. What's the problem? Why are you taxing us? Don't do OnlyFans. Do something else. Do a different job. Don't do sex work.
Dignified, with all due respect, unlike you, and be a public school teacher, educating, inspiring, and motivating.
Do you know what,
the
James?
next generation.
You know what? Here's what I would say. I've got to end this debate. Here's what I would say. I've listened to both of you, and you've both made good points. But honestly, that last statement you made was so pompous and patronising. Honestly, who are you to be the great moral arbiter of what young women do with themselves legally in the United States? Who are you to say if you become governor, you're going to take half her money in a state where they don't have even state income tax? It's like there's a real arrogance to this, that you've decided you are the moral arbiter of every Floridian. And it may be why you're trailing so badly in the polls. And Sophie, the good news for you is don't worry about it because he's not going to win. So you're not going to end up giving Mr. Fishback any money for his plans, much as it would be great to put more money.
Same thing with Madani, New York dude, wherever his name is. Y'all said the same shit about him. He won.
Money into teachers in public schools. Of course it would be. But it won't be coming from you, Sophie Rain, because he ain't going to win.
Well, if I'm not going to win, Sophie Rain can put a $5 million bet on Polymarket tonight that I'm not going to win. She'll make a lot of money. What I will tell you, Piers, is the same arrogance,
Sophie doesn't need the money, but I might do that so that I can become as wealthy as Sophie Rain.
The same arrogance that said that Donald Trump could never win, that Zohran Mamdani could never win. Why don't you come to Florida and come to one of our rallies where we're drawing crowds larger than anyone else in this race?
Let me tell you, I was the lone voice in the UK who confidently predicted Donald Trump would win in 2016. And you know why I knew he'd win? Because I'd been down interviewing serial killers in Florida, and I could feel the Trump train surging and the Hillary train hitting the buffers. So my political instincts are very good, and I'm afraid the way the polls look at the moment, James Fishback, to quote my favourite phrase, you have no two hopes, no hope and Bob hope. But miracles can happen in politics, and I wish you all the best. Sophie Rain, thank you very much indeed for joining me. I wish you continued success. I think women should better do what they want with themselves, as long as it's within the confines of the law. And so should you, James.
We're going to change the law, and we are going to change the law, Piers.
Well, we'll see about that. If you win, you can try.
If I win, Sophie Rain's going to owe me $50 million. I'm going to raise teacher pay all over the state. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to proudly do it because in Florida, we don't let our women be exploited by OnlyFans degeneracy. We inspire them to be something more. And Sophie, there's still more time. There's still time left for you to quit OnlyFans and do something dignified. I say that with love. I've never attacked you personally. I truly want what's best for you and your family.
Sophie, let me answer that because I think one of you will be quitting this year, their current job, and it won't be you, and it won't be me. I've got to leave it there. Thank you. Well, James, I've given you a good argument. You know what? Some of the points you made were perfectly valid.
Piers did not give a good argument. Piers did a horrible job. He didn't give a good argument at all.
Points. I don't think I would want my daughter, for example, to be doing what Sophie's doing.
But that's fine, Piers. So then why can't you just say that without disparaging our supporters?
Yeah, but,
why can't you just say that without disparaging our supporters?
You don't have many supporters.
I don't. Well, who were the 500 people at the University of Florida last week? The largest political event in a decade since Hillary Clinton ran for president.
Let me bet.
Piers, you're 3,000 miles away disparaging our supporters, hardworking people.
I have a home in the United States. I'm there all the time. I've worked and lived there for 20 years. So don't be patronising to me too. You've already been patronising enough to Sophie. Why don't we say this? I'll bet you $10,000 to a charity of your choice you do not win. Do you accept the bet?
Well, I want to know what the odds are because Polymarket wants to
just
give
me
me 10 to 1.
Mano to mano.
At what odds? I get 10,000, you get 10,000. That's a 50-50
man against
Piers.
Mr. Perfect. Let's have a little 10 grand bet to charity on camera.
Sure.
On camera.
Sure.
I say you're going to lose. If you are this confident you're going to win, take the bet.
I'll take the bet if you give me $100,000. That's the 10 to 1 on Polymarket right now. If I win, you give me $100,000.
No, I'm not giving you odds. If you're not confident you can win, I understand it.
The odds are on Polymarket.
So you accept
right now,
the Polymarket's
Piers.
right, you're going to get shellacked. You accept it.
Piers, I look forward to everyone, including Sophie, voting on Election Day, August 18th.
James, I'll give you one last chance. If you genuinely think you're going to win $10,000 to charity of both our choices, the winner chooses which charity. Do you accept my bet? I say you're going to lose. You say you're going to win.
Limits on what charity, Piers, because I don't want you giving money to abortion clinics, Piers, or to
it
Mr.
would be the
Sud's
Intrepid
daycare.
Fallen Heroes Fund.
I
Is that
want
good
the
enough for
money
you?
to be specifically given to a pro-life charity.
It would go to. You can give it to any charity you want. I'll give mine when I win to the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund, which is the charity I supported when I won Celebrity Apprentice in America. So just to be clear, are you accepting my bet?
I think it's a fair bet, Piers.
Great. 10 grand to charity. When you lose, I'll come and get you back on the show, and we'll have you donating that to my charity. That would be great. Thank you both very much indeed for joining me.
The key word in this exchange was not sin, it was tax.
So, man, yeah, the dude had James, his name is James, I think. He had both of them sweating. Morgan trying to protect Sophie. Man, it didn't look too right. I'm like, bro, he's putting you in the corner. There are questions like you ask him a question, he hits you back with some shit, and you go to the next question because you can't come back from what you just asked him or what you just said. Like, hey, bro, James going crazy. Shit, bro going crazy with it. Let's see what the comments say. Yeah. I see both sides.